I'm Sheena Aline, your Caribbean College
have
planner.
really strong grades, but they don't have the higher level math requirement.
And I've actually visited this lovely campus. Hi, I'm Sheena Aline, your Caribbean College planner and advisor at the Student Center, and this is Advisors Corner. This segment is titled Scholarship or Bust. And the reason I titled it is that I meet many students sometimes who will come to me and say, "Ma'am, I can only go if I get a scholarship. If not, I don't know." And so I title it that in dedication to those students. But I'm going to bring you a realistic view of scholarships and how to manage your expectations as you try to find schools, whether at home or abroad, and then think about how you're going to financially afford it. And this is going to I'm going to talk about the scholarship aspect, and there are a few things to know as you navigate that process. One, education essentially is a business. You're going to hear me say this a lot when I speak to persons because it is a business. It's an industry. It's $1 billion business. Schools typically who are on the road recruiting, while they might be looking for great students, and they're always looking for great students or students that suit their institution or that they suit the students' expectations, they're looking ideally for the student who can afford to pay their way through school. Even if there are offers for some scholarships, a lot of those scholarships tend to be partial. They cover certain aspects, primarily tuition, and they're primarily merit-based. There are instances where they might not want to be merit-based. There's some based on the region you come from. There's some based on certain demographic information. There are those, but it varies depending on the school. But remember, education is a business. Now, there are different types of scholarships. The ideal scholarship that everybody's looking for is a full scholarship. Now, typically, full scholarships, no matter which jurisdiction you're looking at, is far and few in between. But in the event that there are those full scholarships available, there's always a tedious process before you that you have to make sure that you meet the criteria. They're looking for students, in most cases, with great grades, and not just great grades, that have a good, thorough, well-balanced non-academic life. So extracurricular activities. They're looking for people who do community service. They might also do some type of volunteering in some form, shape, or fashion. There's more to you than your grades, even if they are fantastic. They're looking for a well-balanced individual, and you can articulate yourself well enough to explain why you are a good candidate. So those are usually the criteria for full scholarships. And remember, there are not many available, but in the event that there are, that's the criteria usually set. Most scholarships are partial in nature. And being partial, that means there's always a shortfall. Some shortfalls are smaller than the other, but you have to be able to still have a financial plan in place to meet that shortfall. I know you hear stories, and there are those extreme stories where somebody got a couple $1 million, and that's extreme. That is usually not the norm. Or in some cases, there might be students who get a $20,000 scholarship, or even up to a $60,000 scholarship. Let me unpack that a little bit for you. Now, in some cases, that $60,000 may not be for one academic year. That $60,000 might be broken across the total length of study. So for example, if your program is 4 years in length, then you have to divide that 60 by 4. So typically, you will be paying $15,000. You'll be getting $15,000 awarded towards your costs for school over those 4 years. Depending on the total tuition for one academic year at that school, there will be a shortfall. If your school is greater than the $15,000, then obviously you have to cover that shortfall plus your living expenses. Over the years, I've been doing this for 15 years, I have seen students walk away from what I would consider to be very generous scholarship offers. They weren't full, but generous enough. In some cases, $80,000 broken across 4 years, and walked away from it because when they broke it down and calculated it, they had other options for which they gained admission into that were more affordable for them. Again, this decision is very individual. Everybody's circumstances are different, so you have to choose the best pathway that is suitable for you. So remember, when you are looking at scholarship, see what type of scholarship it is. Look at the criteria for the scholarship. See what is required for you to even get through that scholarship process. Some scholarship process is automatic when you apply. Some is apply first, then apply for the scholarship afterwards. So find out all of that information. Do your research. Get your information from qualified sources such as school representative, your school counselor, or a professionally trained college and university planner or advisor. At the Student Center, we help students to find, apply, and enroll in their chosen school and program. You get a chance to meet schools from across the world via our platforms through our CutFest education fairs or events, which can be held virtually or in person. Find out when we are coming to your country and bringing a CutFest fair or event near you. To learn more, visit www.thestudentcenter.net. This segment has been brought to you by the Student Center, your official guide to higher education.